What's going on, people? Let's get nerdy. Now, first of all, I know you appreciate that title. Prepare for battle, because it's Battlefield 4 that we're preparing for, so Battle 4, prepare for... Listen, if you've got to explain it, then there's just no point. So Battlefield 4 is around the corner. We know this. We've been over this plenty of times. But forget about weapon balance this, vehicle balance that. It's time to get into some nerdy stuff. I want to be able to run Battlefield 4 amazingly well when it comes out, so I've done a bit of an upgrade. Okay, I had an i5 2500K processor and 8 gigs RAM and a 670 graphics card, which is a decent card. Don't get me wrong, it runs Battlefield 3 fine, and I can record using it fine and still get a decent amount of FPS. I wanted to give it a bit of a boost though, ready for Battlefield 4. You know, Battlefield 4 is just going to be that little bit better. The graphics are going to be that little bit better, you know. Levolution and stuff, I imagine that's going to take some FPS. So I thought, I'm going to beef this system up a little bit. So I bought another 670. Now, let's be honest here, and people with OCD are not going to like this. Normally I would buy a 670 that is the exact same make and model. Obviously it needs to be the same model, it needs to be this 670, but it doesn't have to be the same make. So one can be MSI, one can be EVGA, etc. I had an EVGA 670 and they're around about £270. However, on overclockers here in the UK website, they were doing an MSI Twin Forza 670 which has got faster speeds than the one I already had for £200. It was a steal. You know, I was looking to upgrade anyway, so I went with that. So, being OCD, if you're OCD, you won't like the fact that there's two different looking cards in there, but they do the same job. So here you can see the box, which I'm about to open up. Lovely blue box. But wait, what's that on top of the box? What's... Oh my god, it's Haribo! That's right, folks. Overclockers send Haribo out with their orders. I'm just going to fling them on the floor. So here's the box, top VGA, etc. Lovely box. Wow, it's so shiny. So shiny. But let's just get into the damn box, shall we? So in the box, you kind of get what you expect. You've got a couple of power adapters. So therefore, if you need a 6-pin power adapter to power your graphics card, you can attach them to some Molex. Then you've got the card itself. Obviously, be a bit of a shit box if that wasn't in there. Then hiding underneath the foam, you've got a piece of cardboard, whatever you want to call it, and then the instructions are in there if you really need them, and the driver disc as well. I wouldn't recommend using the driver disc, just go onto Nvidia's website, download the latest GeForce drivers, and away you go. So here's the actual rig now, as it's set up. I've got a Corsair TX 850 power supply, which is more than enough to power these two cards. The MSI is at the bottom, EVGA is my main card. The MSI will clock even higher though. It's clocked a lot higher than the EVGA out of the box, and it'll even go even further. I just haven't bothered with it right now. In case you're wondering, that CPU cooler, which is massive, is called a Gelid Tranquillo. Brilliant cooler. If you're not into water, it's one of the best air coolers you can get. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to upgrade it, and I have. Now, to give you some real world examples, if I'm running around Operation Firestorm on Battlefield 3 right now, on ultra settings, okay? With one 670 on average, this is on average, I would get around about 80 to 85 FPS on average. Now with 670s and SLI, I'm getting approximately 135 to 140 FPS on average. And that's pretty good. Now, somebody mentioned to me on Twitter, and this is really true, said, why are you getting a new graphics card? You only play the game in low settings anyway. And that is true. That is true. The guy tells a true story. However, even though I only play in low settings, like when I'm playing games and stuff like that, I do want to still appreciate the game in Ultra, you know? I still did play Battlefield 3 in Ultra at times when I just wanted to be blown away by the graphics. 95% of the time I will play it in low, but I want to be able to play it in Ultra comfortably as well. Then you've got to take into the account that I don't have an external recording ability, so when I use DxStory to record any footage that I do, that takes an impact on your game as well. And if you're running a 120Hz monitor, you always want to have over 128 FPS, or 120 FPS I should say. So you want to always be able to have over 120 FPS. Now, with low settings, that's not a problem, but... And 99% of the time I will record in low, but even when you're recording in low, Battlefield 3 still is an amazing looking game. You know, so then if you're playing in 1920 by 1080 on low settings, and then recording in 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS, that does take a bit of a hit, you know, so you need plenty of power to make that happen. But there's the boring stuff, guys. Just giving you a bit of an update on what is going on. I'm preparing myself for battle. Are you? Are you preparing yourself for battle? I hope so. I really hope you are. As always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.